Hi, everyone. We are talking with Pam Sandy, founder and owner of Your HR at Work, an HR consulting firm. How are you doing today, Pam?
I'm doing great, Dale. How about you?
I'm doing awesome, thanks. So we're getting a lot of questions. There's no law currently prohibiting employers from mandating COVID-19 vaccines as a condition of employment, but not all companies are actually requiring it or enforcing it. And you're going to tell us why some companies aren't and why they're not, and why some companies need to think about it if they do want to enforce it.
Okay, great. Yes, that's very true. And I will say most organizations are not mandating employees to be vaccinated. Most are strongly recommending that they get vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a few reasons why. One, these days we also have to be very attentive to what the labor market is. It is,
True.
everyone knows, particularly here on the Cape, it is really hard to find people right now and fill
Mm-hmm.
those positions. So if you have vaccination, as one of the requirements as a condition of employment, that might mean they'll go to another, competitor,
Mm-hmm.
for a job rather than to you. So that's one reason. But there are other reasons as well. One is if you mandate, for example, under OSHA, if you mandate and someone gets COVID at work, first of all, you're a little bit at risk because they got it at work.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, you have to report that under OSHA if it's work related and it's new, then it becomes a reportable event, under OSHA. And so that's another concern that employers have. Another reason is if you require someone to get vaccinated and they have a medical disability under the Americans Disabilities Act, or if they have a sincerely held religious belief, and this is in accordance with Title VII, or are pregnant, those are all things that you have to make a reasonable accommodation for.
Mm-hmm.
If someone cannot be vaccinated. For example, if you're pregnant, most doctors are advising people not to get, vaccinated. If you have a sincerely held religious belief, you need to go through that whole process, of determining whether you can make a reasonable accommodation. And that can be challenging. And of course, reasonable accommodation means you can do something reasonable without undue hardship, to your business. And that can be a challenging process. It's a very iterative process, to go through. So those are some things to think about. It's very important to think about what kind of policy you want to put in place with regard to vaccines.
Mm-hmm.
And also, balancing that with being able to attract and hire people.
Right. And it's important, as I've learned from you in the past, to have a policy that spells this out and keep it consistent across across the whole organization and treat everyone in the same manner, which is why you need to consider all of these different exceptions and options. So I don't know how you HR folks do it. I was just saying this before. This is mind-boggling to me. Really happy we have folks like yourself who can keep us apprised of all these things that are happening. And I want to say thank you. And we're going to link in this post to some additional resources people can seek out to get their policy in order.
True. And the information that Dale will be posting is a series of frequently asked questions around vaccinations, whether someone is vaccinated, do they still have to wear a mask, and that kind of thing. And I will say, there again, very important to be consistent and follow what the CDC and the Massachusetts guidelines are with respect to masking and whether or not vaccinated.
Great. Well, lots of information here. Thank you, Pam. Really appreciate you taking the time today.
Thanks, Dale.